Twilight is all over my For You page on TikTok. Netflix actually added Twilight back. So of course I wanted to watch all of the movies, and then it dawned on me that I've not even read the Twilight books, and it's almost been 20 years since the first one came out, so I thought might as well start today. I've already picked out my bookmark. It's cute, but it's not too colorful, so I thought this would do the trick for Twilight. Can't believe I'm gonna start. Can't believe it. Okay. Preface. Preface is definitely about Bella's life or death battle with James, for sure. But whoop whoop, I just made it to chapter 1 after like 5 minutes. Time to lock in. I'm on page 4, and there's already so much more context about how often Bella sees Charlie. Okay, I am going to read a chunk of the book, and then I'll be back and tell you how I'm doing. Toodles!
Later that night.
Okay, it's about 10:30 at night now. I think I've got a good amount of reading done for today. I just finished chapter 5. I'm on page 110, and this book has so much more depth than the movie, which I know that's duh. My question is, why is Edward grinning at every single thing that Bella says? It's not that funny. I do like the fact that it's hinted so many times in the book that Bella is different. She doesn't like the cold, but she just says she's different from everybody. She never really fits in. And she also has a phobia of blood. I had no idea, because I would never know from just watching the movie. I'm just going to pick back up tomorrow. I keep flipping this book. I'm sorry. Okay, Brianna, hold the book. Hold the book. I've got like probably a sixth of this book read, so I feel like that's pretty decent. I'll pick back up tomorrow. I'm gonna be a little bit busy, so I don't know how much I'm gonna get done, but I'll give you some more updates. So, see you then.
Later.
Hello, Zuko here. Brianna here. So I just wanted to pop in and say, when I was trying to prove the point that Bella, she just seems like she was meant to be a vampire, I totally forgot to mention the fact that she's pale, even though she's from Arizona. And I know it's touched on in the movies, but in the book, it talks about how she's in the sun all the time in Arizona, okay? In the movie, it's more like she's from Arizona, and then you just assume she never goes outside and touches grass. So I feel like it wasn't that big of a deal. In the book, it's like, oh, well, I go outside all the time and I'm still pale. And then I was like, oh, I never even caught that connection before, because I just thought something they had to cut out of the movie because they didn't have enough time to establish. So there's that. Also, she talks about dying a lot. There's a point where she talks about she wishes she would just die of embarrassment rather than going through whatever that embarrassing thing was. And she's done this like 3 times in front of Edward, and every time she does, he kind of just goes silent, and it's awkward, and it's like, oh, because she obviously doesn't know what he is. But the fact that she's saying she would rather die than to go through these things just kind of paints the picture. If she did die, she wouldn't be too opposed to it, you know, like she was meant to be dead or something, almost like a vampire, and she's already pale anyway, and she's got a weird blood thing going on anyway, and I don't even know. It's just a theory. So I'll leave you with that. Also, part I'm looking forward to the most would have to be the Twilight baseball scene. So I'll tell you when I get there, and whoo, I cannot wait, because I can already tell you I'm gonna have Supermassive Black Hole playing probably the entire chapter.
Days later.
was such a good chapter. Chapter 17, the game, 10 out of 10. I'm about to start chapter 18 now, the hunt. This is gonna get really good. That was the best chapter so far. I'm not even kidding. Can't wait to see what's next. So, I finished Twilight 4 days ago. Oh, it's golden hour. I'm trying to record and I've got kittens around my feet, so I don't know if this is gonna happen. Besides, I've got mosquitoes out here, so I'm probably not gonna be out here long. But I finished Twilight! No way! Don't eat my leg! Whatever. Okay. I've got a lot of thoughts on this, but I'm gonna share inside because these mosquitoes and cats are about to do me in. I don't even know. This was so good. Off topic, but last night I had a dream about friendly vampires, and then I turned into a friendly vampire, but I wasn't bloodthirsty, and I ate a PB&J and I was fine, so it's that easy. Anyway, see you inside.
A few moments later.
Let's talk about it. What a ride, what a journey. The book was so much more in depth than the movie. Whoops, you didn't hear anything. The book was so much more in depth than the movie, which we all knew that would be the case, but it's so much better. When I've watched the movie like 4 times now, but every time I would watch it, I just felt like Edward and Bella were rushed. It just didn't make sense to me that Bella fell for this dude who she knew for like 30 minutes, but the book does a really good job at building up their relationship, which I like. You get months in this book, I believe, I don't know how many, but where their relationship is actually developed and it's not just all, I don't know, thrown together. Also, I like the fact that Bella actually has friends. In the book, at the end, she doesn't see them as often because, I've not talked about the baseball scene, but like after the baseball scene, all that craziness happens where Victoria is hunting Bella and she has to go into hiding and she's not seeing her friends or like anybody because she's running away because she doesn't want to be murdered, right? But before that, like, she actually talks to her friends more than once. And I like Jessica's development in the book. In the book, she's more of a mean girl. And I like what Anna Kendrick did in the movie because she's kind of mean, but she's likable. But in the book, she's straight up rude. But I just like the fact that she is part of the friend group in the book, and it's not just, she sees her friends twice and then never again, and the rest of it is Edward and it's all annoying and whatever. So Edward and Bella's relationship development is so much better in the book, I will say. So during the baseball scene, I was playing Supermassive Black Hole the whole time during that whole chapter. You've seen it, but it was so good. That is my favorite chapter out of the entire book. Hands down, no arguments. It's the best one. I'm not even joking. It's so good. It's so good. Let me think. To be continued. Guys, I just thought to put my camera on cinematic mode, so now it looks better. I'm done with Twilight. It's so much better than the movie. Once you read the book, the movie makes so much more sense. When you read the book, you get why Edward's always brooding. Well, I mean, that had something to do with the filming process too. But it makes sense whenever he's brooding and smiling all the time, like a mix of both, and he smiles a lot in the book. So, I like that. Something different in the movie than in the book. There is no hunting, like at the beginning of Twilight. In the first movie, there are wolves or animals hunting the people of Forks, which we know, spoiler alert, it's actually vampires in the movie, and it's actually Laurent, Victoria, and James that we know of now. But in the book, that doesn't even happen. In the book, we aren't told about some animals hunting the people of Forks. And instead, it's just focused on, you meet them during the baseball scene, and that's the first time we know of them. And of course, we don't know about them in the movie, but there's not like a hunting of people of Forks in the background like there is in the movie. So I took some notes of some hints that Bella was meant to be a vampire from the start. We obviously know she's pale, even though she's from Arizona. She says she was in the sun in Arizona, and why is she so pale? Because she was meant to be a vampire. That's my theory. Anyway, okay, so let's carry on. I've got more proof here. Bella is clumsy, but vampires are graceful. So basically, when she turns, if she turns, she wouldn't be clumsy anymore. She would be graceful like Alice and all of the other vampires, right? And why is she so clumsy and everybody else seems to be fine, huh? She's always felt out of place. Not just the clumsy thing, but she's always felt different. Even in Arizona, she didn't fit in, she felt like. And it's because, theoretically, she would be a better fit in the vampire world. She feels out of place in the human world, and that's why their world is so amusing to her, because she feels like she never even belonged in the human world. She's so different from everybody. She's clumsy, she's pale, even though she's from Arizona. So it's time for the rating. I give Twilight a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a classic. I can't give it lower than that, but it is not a 5-star read for me. It is not my favorite book I've read this year, or that I've ever read. It's good. It's a good book. And it sheds light on a lot of stuff that was left out of the first Twilight film. It's a 4-star read. I'll give it that. And now that I've got, I know you can see that I'm not quite done. It's because it's got the preface of New Moon at the end, and I want to read that, and I'm not done. Oh, spoiler alerts! Give me a minute. Guess what I've got? I'm gonna read the rest of the Twilight series. It's not gonna be done by tomorrow, but I've got it in all its glory right here. It's not in focus, but I've got all of it right here. I'm gonna read the rest of all these Twilight books. My cousin Heather was kind to let me read all of them, and she just gave all of them to me at one time, and I'm like, that book haul was heavy, okay? I'm gonna be reading the rest of the series. That's so fun. This year, I've really picked up on the reading, and that's why I wanted to start this channel, and maybe it would motivate me to start reading more, and then I can talk to you about it, and you can give me some recommendations or some input or any kind of theories or any ideas that I missed out on the first time that you would like to share. So thank you for watching this. If you made it to the end, can you leave like a sparkle and a red heart and a vampire emoji, please? So next book in the series, I'm gonna read New Moon. Can you see it? I don't think I'm gonna pick it up right away because I've got a thriller I've got my eyes on. I'm itching to read another thriller, okay? It was nice to give romance a try because I don't like reading romance. It's not what I like to read. I usually like to read thrillers, mystery, horror. I liked reading horror, sci-fi, dystopian stuff. So this was a nice change. And the last book I read before Twilight was really dark, so I wanted to change it up, and this was really refreshing. So I can't wait to give New Moon a try and the rest of the Twilight series. Wait a minute. There was no spider monkey scene? You're telling me that was improv? There was no spider monkey line in Twilight, but there was also no spider monkey scene, okay? There was no going up in the trees and riding around. That was not cool. Where was it? And also the meadow scene was cut short. I don't know if I just did not read that chapter thoroughly. I'm pretty sure for that chapter, I was listening to it on audio on YouTube. Okay, I was playing Nintendo Sports, I was playing golf, and I wasn't really listening to everything that thorough. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say, okay? Don't judge me. It was so tempting playing Nintendo Sports and getting all my points for the day. So anyway, the meadow scene was cut short, right? Am I right? Or did I just totally miss that because I was too busy playing Nintendo Sports? Let me know. I'm gonna have to reread that. I feel like there are definitely some other differences in the book and the movie that I definitely did not notice. So if you want to drop those in the comments below, feel free. But for now, that's all I've got. I don't know what to call you. Bookworms? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching me read Twilight for the first time. It was a wonderful journey, and I can't wait to read the rest and take you along for what I read in the future. If you're interested, I'll link my Goodreads below, and you can kind of see what journey I've been on this year, but that's all I've got for this video. So bye and have a great day!